15.
Episode 15.
Woo! This is the Tuesday of the April of the 15th.
That is, it's, you know what? Speaking of the dates, it is a special week because it is Palindrome Week.
Oh, I saw this earlier.
Yeah, and so for any of our listeners or anybody here in this room, I don't want to discriminate. Who doesn't know what a palindrome is? It's basically the same thing. It reads forwards as it does backwards.
Race car.
Exactly. So it's Palindrome Week with regards to the numbers of the dates of each day.
Okay.
So like the 14th, 04, 14, 2014, you go back and it's...
Right.
Oh, that's
for
cool.
every day this week. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Wow.
Unless you
Forwards
live in
or
Europe
backwards,
or the UK.
unless
or,
well, yeah, it was all based on the the assumption
do it
that
here,
how you write it's the month first, the day, and then the year.
Yeah.
Whereas now I think it's more accepted throughout most of the world to not do it in that order.
Oh.
For whatever reason,
Yeah.
I didn't get that memo.
That's interesting.
But yeah.
Well, I know for all like computer stuff, it's always like year first.
Yeah.
It's like organized?
Was that
easier to organize that way?
Was that something they took? Yeah. Cheers, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Hey, cheers, everyone.
Salud.
Yeah. 15, that's a
Yeah.
big number.
It is a big number.
You
And
know?
here I am talking about goddamn computers. It's awesome.
That's why we do this.
That's why we've
you know?
I've waited this long to talk about it.
That is some
We're ruled by
scotchy
computers, you know? Yeah, Skynet.
Oh boy.
We're all doomed.
Well, hey,
And we had
Hail Hydra.
a blood moon last night.
we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I heard next week we have a Crypt Moon.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm glad
Are
they
they
didn't
gonna
come out
fight?
at the same time.
It's gonna be a
kill
big
each other?
Jeez.
big war.
Scary.
No good.
So, well, something to look forward to. I heard it's a blue moon.
Did any of you guys actually
The next one is a blue moon. I heard. I
an
don't
orange?
know. Yeah, I hope so.
Well, dude, I
It's delicious.
get a blue moon.
You don't
want
wanna
to
get scurvy.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's not that. Yeah. Have you ever had a red moon? No.
No.
You're right.
No.
It's funny because I was woken up by Lauren to go check it out. I had fallen asleep. I had to work in the morning.
Is that
and,
what you guys call it these days?
yeah,
Hey,
when
check
you
out my
go to
red
check
moon.
out a lunar eclipse.
He's waking you
All
up.
right, hey, don't talk about my pink undertones.
Check out the
But
moon.
anyways, no, she was working on a paper and she said, "Hey, you told me to wake you up, obviously to check out the eclipse." So I went out there in my boxers, and I didn't realize that a lot I people were interested.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
so-
weren't the only one out there.
No, I wasn't. So I went, "Oh, hi." So I ran back in.
Oh hey man.
Oh, hey, mans. And I threw on a muumuu and a belt and a sun hat, and I got out there and I checked it out. And I felt more decent.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
I wonder how they felt.
Yeah, it's probably a little weirder now.
they did not feel decent. Yeah. 86 eye contact. Let's just say that. So, I got a complaint that we weren't talking about our weeks, and people wanted to know
Did
about
you?
our weeks. Yeah.
That's
Are
weird.
we that interesting now by episode 15?
I guess so.
People like that shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly. So, I mean, I talked to Colin seconds ago, and I said, "Hey, you don't have shit to talk about either, right?" And he said, "Yep." So it's down to the mics. It's down to the mics. So let's go down to let's go back to a little stalker update.
Stalker
Oh,
update.
God.
She's kicked it up a notch.
Really?
It's 23 minutes now.
Damn.
Now she wants 23
Well,
minutes.
she realizes
No,
we're
no, it's still
episode
20.
15. so-
I think she wants another 22 minutes. This chick was back in my office last week with as Joe called it, what did you call it? You called the compass something.
Painted the compass.
Yes, there
Yes,
you go.
because she sent you a compass.
For me to find my way in the midst of some alphabet soup kind of thing.
Sure.
Sure. There wasn't on a heart-shaped note though, which was cool. Very business oriented.
Was she wearing
but there were, however,
She's wearing a
were, however,
super short
panties.
blue dress, and
See your heart-shaped box?
yeah,
I was thinking she would be wearing an affliction shirt.
well,
It's like in affliction,
affliction.
but
I told her I'm like,
not dumb.
So she's a total bro.
I was like stunned when she walked in. I was like, God, I thought we were pretty much through this.
Oh, hey, man.
And she's
Yeah.
like, no, this is what she tells me.
Nothing?
I was like, yeah. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, wow, you've been coming in here for about a year now,
That's
and
crazy.
and I thought
She's
we
like,
were
I wish
done.
I could say the same thing.
Just not interested, And she's like, well, you know what? we've pursued some clients for over 2 years, and then they finally signed with us.
It finally cracked.
It's like a wear you down until you're finally just like, look, okay, you know what? Fine. Write the contract. Let's just bring it in next time.
Honestly, I'm like,
don't
how
care.
much is this? Is this like $5 a month? Because fucking sign me up, you know?
Right. If it gets you out of her hair,
right?
Then
that's
if you're gonna hound me
right there. Yeah.
Well, you know what?
All right.
Clink, clank, clink, clank.
Keep talking. We're just getting drink.
Watch the video cast.
Well, but I must say the dress she was wearing.
Yeah. Well.
So she walks, and she directly threw it the office to my front door,
right?
Which is like security glass. So she can walk out, and the door closes, and I can see her, but she can't see me. And you bet your ass I watched her walk all the way away.
You're a man, Michael.
Bet your ass I looked at her ass.
You bet her
ass.
Yeah,
it was a sweet ass.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
It's window shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have any money either.
I couldn't see the drapes though. I couldn't see the drapes.
Credit cards maxed.
I'm sure they match the curtains.
Can't do anything.
So
the back burger,
which are the eyebrows.
I could see the drapes. I couldn't see the curtains. I guess, as the saying goes.
Yeah.
Which might kind of tie into something.
Take it easy.
Else.
Don't even look at me because I'm a ginger.
I think it's the other way around.
See the drapes, but I
can see the curtains, not the drapes.
Well, shit. It's a botched idiom. What can I say?
Whatever.
That won't be the first one tonight.
I shaved my carpets. Hey, Mike Davis, how was your shaved carpets?
My shaven week, my shorn week was it was good.
It was long.
It was it's always a victory when I don't get stricken down by some sort of virus.
Right.
I just been working away. It's been a full month now, which is kind of crazy because the time is flying by. But
a month already.
Yeah. But I am. Yeah, I'll drink to that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Just keep finding shit to cheers about.
Yeah, I'm not going to cheers to working.
Pretty much, it's like it's Thursday. But I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the people I work with. It's just nice to be bringing in a paycheck again.
Yeah.
But yeah, things to look forward to. And then, what else have I been doing? I watched a movie last night on Netflix. It was like, in intervals between going outside to check out the blood moon. But I'd never heard of it before, but it was called, I think
Star Wars.
Nowhere. Yeah. Indiana Jones.
It's pretty good.
For some reason, Netflix picked it up. No, I think it was called Nowhere Man. Mm-hmm. It came out last year. And it was just it was like I was telling you earlier. I'd have to watch it again to see if I can make a little bit more sense out of it. But essentially, from what I gathered, through the initial viewing was that the main character is this guy who is, I think he's like 118 or 120 years old, and he is the oldest living mortal in the world. And it's in the future, and he's an old man. But the majority of the movie are these flashbacks that he's having of his past life. But it's not just a single life. It's like 3 different lives that he's lived in the same timeline as everyone else was existing. And the people, interviewing him and asking him questions, he's in like a convalescence home, and they're trying to make sense of it, and they think he's just crazy. But as it goes on, they're kind of like thinking, whoa, maybe this guy has something figured out that we don't. And so, yeah, I mean, in each of these different flashbacks, he's got a wife, he's got kids, he's got a separate life. He's, he looks different, and it's, these occurring, scenes from his past, mostly where he's dying, which is kind of weird because, if you're having a dream, like say you're falling from the top of a building and you wake up right before you hit the sidewalk, right? Mm-hmm. Well, right. I mean, that's kind of what this is. So he'll die either by drowning or he'll get shot or, I don't want to give too much away, but, it's pretty interesting. It's one of those things where he dies. You got to think.
I don't want to give much away, but here's the ending.
Yeah, and then the Care Bears come out and everybody does a dance. And, yeah.
So one thumbs up, two thumbs up, thumbs down.
I liked it. I liked it. You know, I didn't get to the credits and automatically think, you know, I wish I could have had that 2 hours back, because it actually is that long. It's a pretty big investment. So,
Well, that's cool, man.
but you know,
Well, maybe people will go and check it out.
yeah, I guess
Cool, man.
Yeah, cool, man.
Cool, man.
Hey, man. So I came up with this idea. I mean, does anyone else have anything to share for their week? No?
I finished Enterprise season 3.
Oh, wow.
That's
So one more
right.
season to go.
You've been watching.
Wow.
Well, wait. This is because
You've been lagging.
You're doing it chronologically,
Jeez.
right?
Yes.
Well,
been lagging.
I mean,
By the Star Trek
chronologically by
universe.
the Star Trek universe.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So you're already on season 3.
I finished season 3.
Finished
I'm on
season
4,
3. Wow.
Which is the last season.
Okay, and
Of
then
Enterprise.
so what comes is it the Roddenberry stuff after this?
Yeah,
one?
it's the original series.
pretty
Holy shit, man.
You should watch it autobiographically.
Or philosophically.
So I would have to go back and be in it and
Commercially?
No.
Who was in a commercial first? Was it Shatner or was it Nimoy?
Here's the deal. So that comes from High Fidelity. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
So he breaks up with his girlfriend.
John
and then
Cusack.
John Cusack breaks up with his girlfriend, and he's rearranging his records autobiographically. So he has to think back when he bought this record for who, at what time in his life. So yeah, I just
and then
I see,
and
I
then
see.
didn't give it to them for personal reasons.
right.
pile.
That was exactly
Yeah.
yeah. It's
And then he's
I've
like,
never
what,
seen that
he,
movie.
he got
Oh,
from
man.
he went from Fleetwood Mac to Deep Purple in 6 moves.
I
I think it
yes,
was. And
yeah.
then it blows his buddy's mind.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my god, I have to go.
Yeah, I have to get out of here. It's funny you say that because I was so excited to show Lauren. Guess what?
High Fidelity.
She didn't like it. Oh yeah.
told
You know
me
what?
that,
I think
yeah.
it's just. I
Didn't we
think it's
talk about this.
It's a generational thing.
Yeah, it hurt
It's gotta
though.
be.
It hurt.
Because I like
It
that
hurt
movie
deep down
a lot.
inside.
I like John Cusack. Jack Black.
Is that the one where he has the boombox
No,
on his shoulder at the
no,
chick's
say
window?
anything.
That is saying anything.
Oh,
Say
okay.
anything.
I've never
That's,
seen
that's
that either.
from the 80s.
That's a great one too. No, I mean, honestly, the only reason it hurt me, and to this day I still write journal entries about it, is because it's such a good movie. It's about relationships, and like it's just, I don't know, it was eye opening to
It's
me.
it's his
But it is
walk,
generational.
yeah, through you know the what does it all mean, and you know the top 5 you know biggest heartbreaks, and you know I think it's something that I think they kind of allude to, that it's you know what he goes through in the movie is something that every man goes through. It's like, you know, you start reflecting on your past relationships and thinking, man, maybe that was the one and it should have worked, but there's also a reason it didn't, and you know it's a fun journey. I've seen that movie more times
She's
than I
just
can count.
more in love with the next Karate Kid. And
Yeah,
that's
well, of
just-
course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just one of the things. So, you know, what can you do? What can you do?
No,
It makes me sad though, because I really like that movie.
Can I ask her, does she actually like that movie, the new Karate Kid?
The one with the girl, I think it
No.
is. She loves it.
What?
Oh yeah.
oh, the
See,
girl.
I've never
Oh,
seen
There's
oh.
a girl. I think that's the one.
Oh,
I
I think
love.
it is
That's
girl,
like
okay.
Karate Kid 3.
She
isn't
loves
it?
it.
Yeah, I think
Or
so. And
whatever.
I think it's Hilary Swank, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I think and she loves it. She
Okay.
loves it. Yeah, it's a great movie.
Shit. I thought it was the
You're just
newest.
giving me such a dirty look, Mike Davis. You're so disappointed in me because I'm affiliated with her. But she's a great gal. She's a great gal, you know?
No,
You know?
I do not contest
Honestly,
that at all.
if that's the imperfection I have to deal with, then so be it.
Dude,
I'll watch
you know,
the
no.
next Karate Kid.
Nobody's perfect, and in the world of imperfections, that is
Yeah.
that is a slight. That is a
That's-
slight. It's not a deal breaker at
it's
all.
It's precious.
No,
It is.
No.
I think he's more considering her taste and the fact that maybe her taste. I don't know. He's questioning that, and then it brings itself back to you.
It just
maybe?
comes down to this. Okay, here's what it comes down to, and it actually is going to feed into a listener question. So, when you are so passionate about something,
Yes.
and you're so excited to expose someone to something that like is so good to you, you're like, this changed my life. Like this kind of built who I am. It is a great movie, and they're like, it's okay.
Yeah.
And you're like,
'Cause they're
I
not-
see
they're-
through your bullshit.
Yeah.
You don't like it, and I hate you for it, and
Yeah.
you were asleep for half of it.
Yep.
But you know what?
That's shitty.
It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Well, if that's a listener question, we can address it too. So
No.
nice to know that.
The listener question was, and I hate to
No.
affiliate this.
No.
No, you're wrong.
bad,
You're wrong. Sorry.
bad podcaster.
So that one's easy. That one's easy. That one's easy. Like you
You're getting some green apple in your
sour
face.
apple in my
exactly.
nostrils.
You deal with a situation like that, no big deal. They don't like a movie you like.
Right.
Who cares?
Yeah.
But my dear friend Anthony asked, what was one of the worst dates you went on?
Well, that's a good question.
So, I mean, this is far from this. Like, who cares? They don't like a movie that you like.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
I've been on a few dates that really sucked.
I think most of us can say we've been on at least one date that really sucked.
I think overall the biggest disappointment is when you really like someone and then you get that opportunity to go on a date and they are bullshit. And you know that in the first like 20 minutes. You get them to the car, you start the conversation and you're like, I fucking hate you. But I wanted to bang you for like a year, and you're so dumb and stupid. I'll still bang you, but you're so dumb. You know what I mean? And I mean, this is your 20s. Who cares, right?
Right,
I mean, it's a whole
right.
different, ball game. But that's something that came up a lot, where it's just like, ugh,
Yeah. Yeah.
God, I wish you didn't talk when you ate. I was hoping that eating would stop the talking.
Would stop the talking.
That would be my break.
It got worse
So
and
it-
worse
But
and
it
worse.
didn't.
It was the opening of the mouth that ruined the
Yeah.
the mystique.
And I'd just be like, excuse me, waiter, can you get me something more dense to eat? Can I just get like a jar of peanut butter?
Do you have any
Mixed with
Encyclopedia
cement.
Britannica A through F at least back there? Something.
Give me something to read so that she just listens.
Some zoo books at
Yeah.
this point would be more entertaining.
So, I mean, it's funny. I have so many weird dates, but it was always like this defining moment that just made me go, I don't like you, and I would just be done.
Do you have a specific one that comes to mind?
There was one where I just was on point. I got ice cream. We were eating ice cream on the way, driving out to the beach. We went to the beach. We walked on the sand. It was nighttime. I was saying all the right things.
Right.
And I just feel like everything she said was disappointing. And I was hoping for this moment where it would turn around. Like, everything she said, not in a mean way to me. She just wasn't someone I wanted to
Right.
date. And I was like, this is such a perfect scenario. I'm
She's
like,
like, I love
nailing-
PC, and you're like, oh god, this is not gonna happen. Just open the door and kick her out. Man.
I mean, yeah, that was. I think that was that was a weird one, just because I was nailing it.
You were
And I was
talking
like,
about Nietzsche, and she was talking about Elmer Fudd or some shit.
Right.
It's just
yeah.
and at the same time, I don't think she was entirely into it, and I was just like, who the fuck isn't into this? I nailed this,
Right.
And I've done this before, and people were just
Maybe
fucking,
she felt that.
So
Maybe.
so she wasn't.
It came
you're
across a
saying
little shallow, maybe.
She wasn't
No,
into
because
you.
that's not me though. I'm good at making sure it's not shallow, because I was just like, yeah, just talk to me, That's my thing,
Yeah.
Melt like butter. Let's do it.
Apparently not.
No.
She was margarine.
No. Yeah, she definitely was part of the margin.
Wow.
I can't believe it's not butter.
I can't believe you're not butter right now.
Fabio. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there was another one where this was really sad. It kind of goes away from the question, but I did go on a date. The girl I just did not like, and my roommate, when I brought her back to my place, not with any intentions, and one of my roommates was like, "Hey Joe, she's pretty cute. Do you mind if?" And I'm like, "Not at all.
Are you serious?
Not at all."
You handed it off, and it
Oh, yeah.
happened, and it
Not
actually
that
happened.
night,
Okay.
but
Shit,
eventually,
I wish it happened that night.
Eventually, she kept coming back, and I'm like, "Hey,
Hey,
Right.
I know you.
yeah," and
Hey, see ya.
I'm so glad I passed
The friend
that.
off.
fucking-
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Because why? Because he got herpes from her.
No, she was just obnoxious.
Yeah.
And later, yeah.
It's like, have you ever seen this oozing out of there? Oh my God, no.
I've never seen an Uzi. It's like an attendee.
But I got to go to class now. Good luck with that.
So, yeah, I wish I had a better answer for that. I mean, nothing real specific. You guys?
Remembering back, I was the bad date.
Really?
Really bad.
Oh, no.
Really bad. Yeah. Probably more times than I care to admit, but
Is this after you passed up the
shit.
three-way?
it might be mixed in there. I think it's after, but it's mixed in that very idiotic time of
After
my
the
life.
two girls, one idiot.
Oh man,
Deep
Yeah,
ackle.
that's for sure.
If any of our
Deep
listeners
ackle.
yeah. If any of our listeners are
But
curious
you know
about
what?
it.
Like you were
Go back.
kind enough to be a gentleman, and well, it sound at least for that.
Yeah, no, of
particular
course.
day.
That's just not me. I mean, I would still finish up the date, and I try to make them comfortable.
Oh, the date. I'm glad
I'm
you
like,
put that in there.
no.
I
I'll
would wipe
finish
them
up.
off.
I'd
I would,
still
you know,
finish
I
up.
had a towel
No,
handy, of course.
The date.
I want them to have a good experience. I want them to walk away so that they could advertise me to girls that were worth it.
Wow.
I mean, ultimately, I know that sounds so bad,
You thought
but I mean,
a couple steps ahead. That was
absolutely.
really cool.
Yeah, I went on a date. He was great. He didn't like me. Do you want to go out with him? That never happened. But you know what? If it did, I was ready.
Seems like a good idea, though.
Hey, absolutely,
Should.
absolutely.
No, but
It may have happened.
It might have.
so I
have
was
no idea.
trying. I was like you, I guess. But I was at least kind of trying to like this one girl, and but I was. It didn't matter. I couldn't fuck up with her really, but I was like, I'm kind of into her, but I don't really give a fuck. So like we went to the movies, and I was at a very cheap phase in my life, I guess. I'm like, she's like, girls want to go to the movies and they like popcorn and this and that, and I'm like, nah, no, thank you, because she was looking at me as the
She was
man,
looking
I
at
guess,
you to pay for it, right?
treat, and I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm not interested.
That hasn't changed, by the way.
So, so that was off, and then afterwards, let's go out to dinner, and I'm like, okay, whatever, that's fine. go to a restaurant. It was,
You want a quarter pounder?
It wasn't.
By the way, that's my nickname.
You want cheese or pepperoni?
Yeah. So it was. It happened to be a different place
more
of business. It was a different place of business, but it was the same.
Sure.
It was the same chain, and it was packed. And
Of course it was. It's
Show her
awesome.
your place of business.
I'm like, no, it's packed. Let's go. No, we're done.
Yeah.
So I was like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna go. Just go home. I'm just gonna go home. Let's just.
You weren't
Let's
into
just
it.
be done. Let's be done with this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go lift weights, or I'm gonna go work out.
You
or
were just
something.
not interested.
And I think back, and I'm like, that was really, really horrible. Here's the girl that's dedicated her night to this, hanging out or whatever, and
you
halfway
took her
through
home at
it,
6:30.
yeah,
Well,
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, think
She's
about
like, you
this.
picked me up 45 minutes ago, you asshole.
Well, she drove to my house. She
Wow.
Was
But
was it a long distance? Did she have to travel like 20 minutes on the freeway or something
was
to
like
get there?
Santa Clarita to Granada Hills.
Yeah.
So-
it was a drive.
This
Through
could
the
be
desert.
a half hour.
Well,
Yeah.
and I always like to think this way. Like, think half full. You learned something. You're a sweet guy now. You're very considerate, and you think back to this.
Yeah, you obviously
a dick
locked
then.
down a
So
family now.
it really
so
sucks that it
Yeah.
hurt her
have
feelings.
redeeming
But
qualities, Michael.
yeah,
Do you feel it
well, no, I feel
shaped
bad
you?
now. Like,
Sure.
but why wasn't I just trying to have more fun? Yeah.
Well, hindsight is 2020. Nobody
Well, of
thinks,
course,
nobody
absolutely.
thinks about that shit when they're that young. Like when I was looking at pictures, it's funny you mentioned that, but my mom has been preparing for a family friend. She is having her 30th birthday. They have this girl has been friends with my sisters since they were in kindergarten, and they've grown up together. They have the same name. They almost have the same. It's like Joe and I, same birthday, not the same name though.
no, I wish.
Not the same.
Mike Friedrich.
That'd be awesome. That'd be sweet. Anyway,
We're not getting married.
yeah. But so she's trying to come up with these ideas to make a really nice heartfelt card for this girl, and I'm sure any of your mothers would just totally gets involved in this crafting and wants to make it the most special,
Yeah.
gorgeous looking Pinteresty thing in the world.
Right.
And so part of that is trying to find an old photo of this girl and my sister, when they were little kids. So my mom's pulling out all these old photo albums and stuff and whatnot, and I see them, and she says, "Oh, Michael, you have to watch. You have to look at these." And I'm looking through these pictures, and coming to my point now is there are pictures of me in some of these albums, and I'm like 18, 19.
She's snuggling up
and
next to you, looking at you adoringly.
I'm looking at myself, and I'm looking at I think everybody when you're 18 is like
God.
you're fucking just ripped. You got a metabolism like
Yeah.
nobody's business.
You got hoop
I was
earrings.
surfing.
Oh,
I
wait,
was
that's me.
doing all this shit. I'm like, dude, why wasn't I out just fucking everything?
Yeah. That's 30.
That was in a 50
That's
mile.
what they
it was in a
want.
50 mile radius, and you know what?
Yeah.
I wasn't. I was playing hockey, and I was hanging out with my family, and I was just.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought to myself, God, the hindsight's 2020, and I've had dates like that too, where it's just, why didn't I do things differently? I mean,
I don't know, man. You're
it's
doing
just-
good. And you're fucking ripped.
You know what? I'm not doing bad at all. I'm not doing bad. I'm not saying I'm not happy. I'm just,
Right.
I'm saying,
But no, you look back and you're like, God, I was a superhero.
yeah, you think
Yeah.
back
I
and-
could eat like 20 Snickers in one day.
I mean, oh, yeah.
and I would I would shit out
And I-
98% of it. It
I
wouldn't
would
affect
lose
me.
weight.
Yeah.
I would just laugh. I'd be walking through the shopping mall with chocolate all over my face.
Yeah.
My jeans are too big.
I'm going to go masturbate 9 times. And every time I'm going to get the same result, if you know what I mean. All right. So, you know what? Let's get into something very special.
Yeah.
Did you have something to say? I'm sorry.
Oh,
Did you have a weird date?
No, I'm sorry.
Colin?
Well, I was going to say, I think the weirdest one I ever remember is actually my senior year prom date.
It was a setup that scared me. And he had shifty eyes.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Well, no, this girl I had only been hanging out with for like a month or so. She was somebody that used to go to my school but didn't at the time, and we had reconnected through internet something, MySpace, whatever.
Reconnected
Yeah.
and it feels.
And she was actually
so good.
really good looking, but she was kind of a weirdo. Like one of the first few times we hung out, she had rented like the Faces of Death videos.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Those things you saw in the Sure Pass driving school.
Well,
They show you
yeah,
those
those were
like day 3s when they show you those.
well, those were the red asphalt.
Oh,
videos. Yes.
You're right.
Yeah.
God damn
This
it,
was
you're
less
right.
focused. This was
Alright.
just general gore death stuff. But yeah, we went there and she was just like not into any of the prom festivities. I mean, she felt bad about it because that's like not who she was, and she recognized it. She's like, I'm probably a terrible prom date or whatever. And I was like, oh no,
So you're
like,
great.
At some point in the evening, did she just look at you and say, "So, do you want to get out of here?
Oh, God.
Let's just get out of here. Let's go do
Dude,
something
yeah.
crazy."
Do you want to call our ride or the parents and get out of here?
Oh, my God. It's just you on a tandem bike with her.
I was gonna say,
Riding home.
you got room for one more on that 10
Yeah,
speed?
like she didn't dance and it was just kind of very weird.
That
It
sucks
was like
when that happens.
it was like the
you know?
opposite of because I went junior year as well because that's how our school did it.
Sure.
And
The juniors get to go
with
the seniors
yeah,
if they're asked, and then
Well,
yeah.
it wasn't even that. It was a junior senior prom. Like
Oh.
juniors and seniors went.
Okay.
And I brought a girl from a couple grades below me, and
Nothing wrong
she was
with
the
that.
opposite. She was like totally party animal, dance with everybody. And I'm like,
Yeah. That's
fuck
fun.
over here.
Wait, it was dance with everybody but you?
No, she did too,
She
but-
did, of course.
Yeah.
That's what's awesome.
I was gonna say,
okay,
that
so
sucks.
here's
No,
here's
but
what
yeah.
here's what this brings up. And I wish I could go back in time because I think about it and I'm like, there's so many situations where I just was like, I'm doing the
Right.
I didn't have.
I've
I just
got all
was
the time
stupid.
in the world.
Go have fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't
Please.
fucking matter.
Yeah. Please.
It doesn't matter. You can make those hard decisions when you want to make those hard decisions, but when there's no decisions, just
Yeah.
have a good time.
Yeah.
God, I wish I was 35 when I was 10. You know?
Well, I mean, everybody older than us when we're younger tells you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just have
Enjoy
fun.
yourself.
I mean, it's a jungle out there. I get it.
penetrate, though. It does
Yeah,
not
it
penetrate
doesn't.
for the most part.
No.
Well, it's because
It's
you
just
you don't know.
ridiculous.
You know
Yeah,
what? It's funny that you guys say that too because I think when my kids are of the appropriate age, I will give them the same sort of advice. You know,
Yeah.
be young. You're only going to be this age once in your life.
Right.
Don't be stupid. Be smart about what decisions you make, but have fun.
Yeah.
But
Do it.
I've thought about that before, and I want to give my children
you've got
the same
daughters.
advice.
You've
Well,
got-
yeah,
a
no,
daughter,
but
don't give her that advice.
okay, so that's
go
kind of-
wild. Son that advice.
No
that's
matter
kind of
what,
the
have
same
fun.
thing that
And
everybody
just go
has told
nuts.
us. How do we present that information differently so it actually is absorbed? Because
I think
Right.
try to throw a bunch of responsibility on them at like
Yeah.
age 7.
Yeah.
And then be like, yeah, this happens later. So right now, just go crazy.
maybe
like,
that's not a bad idea.
You want to pay taxes, get a job, do this at 7 years old. You got to do it now, and then be like, I don't want to, and be like, all right, well,
Yeah. Yeah.
enjoy it while you don't have it. 'cause
SOL.
It's gonna be shitty when you do.
And that's not an internet provider. Okay, so
By the way, Brandon, you owe $42,000 to the federal
bad decisions department.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. So I had an idea, right? I had an idea about idioms,
Idioms.
about sayings, and that's actually what you called him, Mike Picaro.
Mr.
You know,
Picaro.
the old sayings. You know, everyone has a saying, right?
Well, I've got some examples. Like, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Right.
Okay, penny
You know,
saved is a penny
I
earned.
don't think that's how it works. Oh, I thought you said hen. I was like, bird in the hand.
Yeah.
Hen. I heard, yeah.
But see, that's exactly what we're talking about. It gets all messed up, right?
It does. It's like a
you
game
start
of
talking about it and you're
telephone.
like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? And so I was like, hey, guys, do you think you could take some of these and kind of twist them up? And did you guys come up with some?
I've got some.
Yeah. I don't want to start because I have some good ones.
You don't want to start?
Okay, just kidding. I got one right here. You don't want to open shit crease without a paddle.
Oh. All right, so I got one here for that moment that you walk in the club and you're just like, oh man, I got an ass to grind over there.
Nice.
Oh, God damn it. I wish I thought of that.
A penny saved is. Are you kidding me? In this economy,
Yeah.
it's bullshit.
God damn it. My list sucks now.
How about killing 27 birds with 13 and a half stones?
Yeah. There you go.
Such a mathematician.
To the decimal point.
Said Albert Einstein over here.
I mean, to kind of go with that, it's
46
true that you
birds.
can't get two birds stoned.
All right. That there's a famous saying, but it's actually slightly different from its origin saying. When you see a sheep that hasn't been shaved yet, it's a sheep in wool clothing.
Oh, he did the old bait and snatch.
Oh, shit.
That sounds interesting. Sounds like a good Friday night. Well, it's funny that you guys mentioned mathematicians because I thought what's it saying? Okay, well, famous formulas equals MC squared, right? E equals MD squared the fuck out of my mind.
Oh, damn. I didn't really understand that. I was lost in masturbation.
Oh, wow. Movie titles. I just want to say I love that our very own Seaman writes all of his things on a Post-it note.
It's so good.
and
It's an NFL post-it note.
then
It's hard to
you're-
see, but it's
then
there.
You're looking at it, trying to like, what the fuck did I write here?
I know he's got. Let me see how small your writing is, by the way.
No,
You
it's
could do
decent.
that. Oh, okay.
Because
not that small.
because we do these,
'Cause
and you
usually-
bring a Post-it, but it's a lot of stuff. I'm like, how
Yeah.
do you fit that much?
We'll talk
Well,
for 20 minutes, and he
I
has
just
one of
I
the-
just write the base,
Right.
and then it's
Yeah,
like the
you-
rest
yeah,
is all
yeah,
that.
of course.
Well,
Yeah, smart.
one from grade school, beating off in the bush.
Grayskull.
Oh, yeah.
Beating off in the bush.
I still do that today.
Beating around the bush.
Beating. Oh, okay.
Hey, stop beating around the bush and just beat off in the
God.
bush.
Beat off in
If
the
I
bush.
did that now, I wouldn't have a snowball's chance in a haystack.
Yeah, that's not gonna last long.
All right, I got another original one here that's been slightly altered over time. It's not actually absinthe, but absinthe that makes the heart grow fonder.
Absinthe. That's
There
true.
you go.
You know what? That's
Yeah,
very true.
That's true.
That's one thing I've
You
never
see those
had.
green fairies.
Never had absinthe.
Did you guys know that you shouldn't count your chickens because science?
Oh, jeez. His face nailed it down. Vidcast, watch it.
Well, here's the same one, but from later in life. Beating off on the bush.
Wow.
That's true.
Or if you go back in a time
That's
machine,
good. You don't want.
Sure.
That's great. You don't want
Well-
no G strings attached, of course.
I was
But-
fucking in the late 90s. There was still some bush around.
Well, honestly, if you play with
You know
fire,
what? You know what? I'm sorry.
no, if you play with fire, you're gonna get worms.
all right. So when a woman, she's been around for a while, she's had some experiences. You might say that she's been around the cock
Yeah.
once or twice.
Hopefully. It's been 2 months now.
Oh my god.
How much money have I spent? I have, let's see, I've got 2 more.
Okay.
So I took this one from A Stitch in Time Saves 9. A Stitch in Time Saves, where the fuck did I put those pot brownies?
Yeah, just pick up.
No, absolutely. If at first you don't succeed, try a gay.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. These are for those times when you drive home drunk, which you should never do, by the way.
Amen to that.
Um,
Amen to that.
And you find yourself in your
As we
Asian
all
neighbor's yard, and you might say that you're parking up the Wong tree.
Oh, jeez.
Get off my lawn!
My lawn. If he's an old guy, you think he'd be the early bird that gets the hose.
Bye now and leave. Barking up the wrong tree.
God damn it.
Oh, good. All right, and this last one. I take 2 steps forward, you take 2 steps back. We come together because Jesus Christ, what's that smell?
Oh man, I hope our listeners have a good imagination.
Paul Abdul, right? I mean, come on. People remember that song, right?
I do.
Or is it just
Sadly,
me?
I do. Yeah.
2 steps forward,
Keep going.
2 steps back.
All right.
We come
MP?
together because opposites attracting, you know. It ain't fiction, just a natural. I've had a lot of booze already, so.
Go ahead, Mikey. You got one or are you done? Are you done?
I think he's just saving up.
No,
for the
no,
banger.
not at all. No, not at all. Not at all. Not
Come on,
at
Mikey.
all.
Drop it. Drop it.
Well, this is a little GAY, but boys who fuck together stay together.
And that matches well with mine, which is the squeaky wheel gets oiled up.
All right, I got one for
Soundbite for crickets.
you know when you finally lock down that your main girl and you get rid of all those hoes, you might say that you burn your bitches.
It's much like britches.
Burn your britches or bridges. I used to think it was bridges. Bridges. Those 6. Those were all.
You know, listen.
Yeah, that
Catch a man crabs, he itches for a day. Teach a man to catch crabs, he itches for a lifetime.
Oh yes.
You know,
All
it's
right.
important to know that.
So
catch a man crabs, he eats for a day. Teach a man to catch crabs, he itches for a lifetime.
Yeah, you know, isn't that what I said?
I like.
Was
who
I
knows?
close?
God damn it! I did. I just repeated what you said.
I hope so.
I did.
If not, I suck at reading, or I suck at writing,
You do not suck at reading or
or
writing.
both. All right, what's up?
All right, so when you start hooking up with that girl and she wants something a little more serious and you're not into it, you might just say that you want head over feels.
Yes.
Man.
God damn, Colin, that's a good one.
Yeah, hey, it takes one to knowing is half the battle.
All right, I got a famous saying here for those times that you walk into your kitchen and you find a bunch of discarded clamshells and fish heads on the floor. You say that you might have an otter under the fridge.
Otter.
Wait, what?
I'm not familiar.
I'm sorry.
Water under the bridge.
Go ahead.
Ah, damn
Otter.
it. All right, well, tickle me
Excellent.
this.
Otter.
Just might be some
under
water, some otter under the fridge.
Tickle me
Very
this,
nice.
guys.
Was that a golf clap,
Very
Michael?
nice.
I liked that.
No, no, no. It
Is that
was,
what that was?
Firm trannies more than meets the guys.
Oh gosh. All right, let's see if I can remember this
I
whole one
like
because
that
I
you
didn't write.
sang it though.
yeah.
Hey, take it or
Thanks
squeeze
for
it.
the melody.
All right, so you guys ever heard of those famous rides? There's offense and defense. They used to be at that famous water park, Slippery Dicks. No,
Isn't that a country western band? All women?
I think that's where the name came from. Actually, yeah. But they used to have those famous rides, and the that one ride defense. It was so steep and so fast that they would say that you would get an impromptu anal cavity cleaning from the water rushing up your bum.
Good Lord.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Sweet enemas.
And then so that one saying that came out of it that goes, your ass is always cleaner on the water slide defense.
Oh my god.
Wow. High five.
Wow.
Excellent
My God.
setup.
Oh my
Excellent.
God.
That was
setup.
like three different ones put together. The
Wow.
grass is always. What's that? What, that was grass is always
No, your
greener.
your ass is
And-
yeah.
But what,
no,
what
the
were
grass
ones
is
that-
always cleaner on the other side of the
Grass
fence.
is- But I mean, there were like three different ones that you put into that.
Well, there was just other joke stuff like
Grass-
slippery dicks.
That was fucking amazing.
No. Here's the thing. There's like 10 other hilarious things
No.
I added to it.
I got
Yeah.
it. I know.
I had to
got
build onto it, but yes.
Can we hear that one?
gotta
that
give-
one
Your-
one more time.
No.
your
I-
ass is always cleaner on the water slide defense.
Water slide defense.
Wow.
I think Colin takes the cake on that
Yeah.
one.
That was like
Good
a last
job.
minute inspiration right
It was
before I
really
came over.
good.
I was in the shower and I was like, God, I got to think of one good one.
Oh, man.
I was like, grass.
Good
is always
job.
greener,
Mission
ass is-
accomplished.
That's so weird. I usually shower after the podcast. I really need to clean off a lot of the.
Well, you should get up the
grime.
water slide defense.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
I am on the second floor. I could have a small one. Yeah. Oh, very good, guys. You guys have anything else to share?
No, that was
I
that
got
just about
tapped.
cleaned me out.
I'm glad I don't have to follow that one up though. That was pretty. That was pretty epic.
Good, nice
Very
job,
good.
dude.
Thanks, man.
Nice job.
And good idea on the segment, Joe.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, and I appreciate that. And one of the things that I thought about for the next one was fake bands names.
Oh,
I was thinking about
God,
band names, and I was like, holy shit.
I do that all the time anyway.
Fake band
That sounds
names are
awesome.
so funny.
Yep,
And I wrote a couple, and I'm thinking maybe we could do that next week.
we should.
Are you guys interested?
Okay, I'm down.
Sure.
I'm
So
down.
so we're gonna have some band names.
I mean,
So,
I
yeah.
know at midnight, like they've had a couple similar ones to that.
Oh, cool.
Well, they're due like yeah, I can't recall off the top of my head what they are, but they kind of like band names that are like associated with this, like alcoholic band names, or like this
Okay.
or that. So
I mean, we could fly by
could
the
try
seat of
to-
our pants. I think
yeah.
we're all pretty smart. So, I
Yeah.
mean, let's write some, and then maybe I'll write a few categories and see what happens.
Yeah, and maybe if our listeners want to submit some of their own band names, we can read those on the air.
Yeah, I like that. So, we got a bunch of questions, right?
Speaking of listeners,
God, I love you.
you like that?
I love them
Set them up,
a lot.
knock them down.
So, Zach asked me a really interesting question. He said, if you could choose any class, like from a
Like
RPG
barbarian or
Yeah, if you could choose one that you could take into the real world, like their skill set, and just live like that, what would you choose? And I was like, he's like, would you be, like an assassin and all this stuff? And I'm like, wait, can you be charged for murder? He's like, absolutely. I'm like, what the fuck?
rules still apply,
Right.
is what he's saying.
So I thought about it for a second, right? I was like, I'd be a healer. If I could go around and resurrect people, heal
bard.
them, maybe hit them with some holy damage. I still have some attack value. I'd be fucking. I'd be
holy-
BA. I'd be BA. I'd be BA.
You would be
ShamWow.
Yeah, I'm ShamWow. Exactly, which is
that's badass.
Let's
for
not
all
even
you-
talk about
for all
it.
you laymen.
But he asked me that question. I really thought about it. He's like, "Wouldn't you want like spinning electrical hammers around you?" And he said it like that.
No, that's stupid.
And I was like,
be
no,
talking
that would
about
kill
D3.
people.
That's a
like,
hazard.
What happens is I'm like, hey, Mom, how's it going? And
Yeah.
a spinning hammer just blasts her in the face.
Yeah, you can't get close to a woman with spinning hammers going
Yeah.
around you all the time.
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
You can't hug your child.
I'd be a bard.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
He
So-
was
so why?
Pretty cool.
Well, you could. I mean, at least I know in some instances, bards are sort of a healer character, or they can be.
Are they?
They can
Yeah.
be.
It's
Yeah.
like a
I
regenerative.
didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Have
I thought
a
they
very
were-
groupy
I thought they were
kind of feel.
mostly like just entertainers.
Well,
well, I
Playing
I
their,
think it.
playing their
when
lutes.
applied to a game,
I think
it's
in
different.
real life, yes,
Yes.
but yeah, as far as the game's concerned, I think
So,
there's
Robin.
sometimes- Plus, you could also, you could make some money off your entertainment.
yeah.
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 Your,
So, I
your
mean,
loot playing.
yeah, exactly. So I don't know. What about you guys? Would you want to be barbarians? Would you want to be?
Thank you, London.
Because I mean, ultimately, if I really thought about it, if I wanted to take these roles and like make them into something, then I'd be like, okay, yes, a healer. But if I just wanted to be a motherfucker, I'd be like, I want to be a mage because I'd have all these spells.
Oh yeah.
So
Well,
the
if you
cops
take-
are like,
yeah,
hey,
if you
drop
take out the
drop
rule
the
set-
small child, and I'd be like, hold this lightning bolt, you know.
Hold this hammer that's spinning around me.
And this child, I don't know why I have him.
Lightning bolt.
I'm babysitting.
doesn't sound like you.
It does sound pretty gross, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you stick with the rule set of,
Yeah.
you just
No,
Within
all
the-
rules
within
apply. Yeah,
within the constraints of
course.
civilization.
Of society.
Yeah, of
right.
society.
Of course. I mean,
I would be probably a
the
neutral.
police are all, you killed the fuck out of that guy. High
Yeah.
five.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
You robbed the shit out of that bank. Hugs.
within that rule set, I think a
Here's
neutral
some
kind
godlike armor that magically appeared out of nowhere.
We keep cutting him off. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Go. We're done. We're
Please
done.
continue on.
No,
I'll be back in a few minutes.
It
Go
was the
pee. You
god-
have to
it
pee.
was-
Go pee.
It's all good.
It was the
No,
godlike
go ahead.
armor.
Go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry.
but
I had to
you could be, just along that rule set. I think a neutral type character, maybe like a gambler type character,
okay.
would be kind of cool. Just a nomadic kind of.
I mean, maybe if you're a mage, you can keep that.
Yeah.
Fucking
I
shenanigans
can't stop
falling
hitting
down
it.
in you,
I'm
yeah.
too animated with my hand motions. Fucking hitting it.
really holding
nonstop.
it up, just sitting there the whole time, like.
No, but
Could you
if-
imagine being a mage though, and you're
No,
like,
if it
you're
was
taking
if it was in the true sense of RPG, just fucking, anarchy, pretty much. Be some type of ranged character for sure.
Yeah,
whether it be a
that's
wizard or an archer.
If it's
or
anarchy,
something.
absolutely.
Yeah,
It seems,
sure.
But
seems
imagine
so,
being
so
in-
cool and skillful.
Imagine being in college and you're a mage and you just cast intellect on yourself and you just fuck that test up.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Buff yourself with int.
Well, now this is you. This
I'd
this
be a
is you.
sick
lame, man.
marauder.
This is you taking a character into real life with you, though.
Yeah,
you're not
I mean-
becoming that.
No, you're becoming that.
Oh, you're becoming
Yeah,
that. Oh.
you're not buddies with them. Like,
Well, that
hey,
changes.
cast a buff on me,
That
fella.
changes my answer completely.
Well, what's your answer?
Well, it was going to be I would bring a barbarian, like
What the fuck
from
are you
D3.
talking about?
A woman barbarian, like on those days when
It's
you're
a whole
just,
lot of woman.
when you exactly, and when you're just so fucking, you got home and you just
You want to beat her?
it's in and you're just like, God damn it, and it's the days. It's just been tough, and she's,
Right.
she
And
comes
she just
like, what's the
knocked you
problem?
right on the
What's
head.
She
problem?
just hit you
Yeah.
on the head
Yeah.
once, and you're like,
you get knocked
Yeah,
out. You go to
God
sleep.
damn it, you have some rough fucking sex or something,
"Jeez,
And-
wow, you
and
took this a
boom.
whole new." Okay, let's go back to the real life, and will you please choose a magical power?
that I would have,
You're being unrealistic, Mike. What a dick.
considering the questions.
Yeah, well,
Let's just put a wig on Arnold Schwarzenegger. Go live with Mike for a little while. This is his dream.
so wait, we had a few other questions. Do you have any on you? Well, Ryan had a follow up.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm looking at him right now.
What was his follow up?
So he said, okay, enough of the serious questions, because I think you made a comment about his stuff being too serious.
Oh, okay.
So-
well, thank you, Ryan.
What is the wildest, craziest, dumbest, drunken night of your life? Whether it was good or bad, what happened?
Jeez.
Oh God,
How much time do we have?
not good.
We're at 46 minutes according to my
No,
clock.
I was trying to think. I think I've mentioned before that as far as being drunk, I've never been a super drunk. Like I've never been blacked out or any of that.
Ever?
Like nope, never on that level.
Good for you,
And
man.
but I was gonna say, I've had some stupid moments when I was high. Like I pulled out the gas pump, like left it in my car and drove away, and
Wow.
yanked it out of the fucking
man.
socket.
Did you get home
Wait,
and see it
you
still
were
in
at
the car?
No.
you were at the gas station filling up.
It,
and you
it
pulled
has
out as,
a emergency
Yeah, it
release.
has
I
an
actually
emergency
saw
breakaway.
that happen to
Yeah.
someone else, and I was like, "Holy
so
shit!"
gas was spraying everywhere.
No.
No.
It's
No.
it's in your gas tank.
Uh-huh.
There at the top.
Oh,
it
you left
breaks
it
away.
in your tank and drove off.
Yeah,
and
and
it
it broke
releases.
away. Yeah.
It releases.
Yes.
It doesn't really damage anything.
No, it
They're
doesn't.
fine.
Oh.
And fortunately, it was the one I always went to when I worked at Place of Business. And so the guy knew me, and he was kind of cool. He didn't charge me the
was
full
like, "Hey,
amount. He just,
all right.
I think he just charged me
I know
the
you.
High five.
replacement piece or something like that. I don't know.
cool.
Hey, man.
There was also the time we lit me and a buddy lit his girlfriend's
Dog on
trash can
fire?
on fire
Oh, okay.
accidentally. We were like freebasing hash. We were like, we had it on a.
Can you do that?
Freebasing hash.
We had a pin with a little
Yeah,
hash
go to
on the
Mickey
end.
D's.
Lit it, lit it, and then put a cup over it. So it would like fill the cup, and then you'd lift the cup.
Oh, okay.
And it was like a super, it was just like a little thing we had it on, and fucking sure enough, it went boop, and it was right at the edge of the table, right into the trash can, and fucking.
Jesus.
Wow.
I would.
I have too many.
Please go.
I
Please
don't
go.
know if
too
I want
many.
to. This would be the rest of the podcast. I was an idiot.
I know. Seriously, I've got one too that would probably go.
Was I involved in
quite a
this
bit.
one?
You were not.
Shit, go.
Even though we have some.
Oh,
we
God.
have quite
Some. Go ahead.
This was my early 20s, and I was working at a movie company, and we had just finished a film, and so there was this big rap party that was planned, and the company itself was based out in Moore Park, so they rented out this hall and free beer, free food, free everything, so everyone shows up, and I get there, and I just partake of the booze, if you will, and it's awesome and it's going great. And so me and everyone who is in my department, we make plans to do something after the party ends because it's only scheduled to go till I think 9:00. So, excuse me. So, everybody makes plans like, all right, well, we're going to go back home, we're going to change, and then we're going to meet up here at this time, and we're all going to go to this place. I'm like, awesome. All right, cool. Let's do that. So I had called my buddy. His name was Richard, and we... Richard. That guy and little girl. So I call him. I was like, hey man, I'm hanging out at this thing, but we're gonna go out later. And it was a place in Hollywood. Do you want to come around? He's like, yeah, all right, cool, sounds good. So he meets me up at my house. We're ready to go. We go over to the meeting spot that was agreed upon by everyone in the group, and my boss at this place of business that I used to work at was like, all right, guys, we're going to a place in Hollywood called Club Cherry. Now, I had never heard of this place before, and nobody else in the group had. And we're like, all right, cool, whatever, sounds good. And we drive out there and we wait in line. And we're I'm sitting there, and I had already been drinking a lot of beer, so I was pretty buzzed. And
Sure.
I didn't drive, obviously, but I was out there. And so we're waiting in line, and my buddy Rich, I remember him, and he's kind of looking around, and he's kind of nudging me. He's going, Mike, I don't there's a lot of dudes in this line,
boy.
and not too many
boy.
women. Mm-hmm. And so, in my drunken state, I look around, and there's two girls standing in front of us.
Why am I holding all these dicks?
I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? There's two hot chicks right in front of us. So I start talking to them. I'm drunk. I don't even know what I'm saying. But we kick up a conversation, and I convince him to stay with us. So we get inside, and it becomes extremely obvious that this place is a full-on gay bar. I mean, but you know what? I am so drunk now that at the point I don't even realize it. And then my boss, who happened to be gay, but a really nice guy, started buying everybody drinks. And so he kept bringing drink after drink after drink after drink. And I got wasted, and I was dancing. At one point there were these podiums where these dancers were on that were worked for the club.
You're just grinding on dudes.
I jumped up onto one of these things and had like all these people trying to dance around me and jump up and grab my pants off or whatever they were trying to do.
They had an ass to grind.
Security escorted me out. Security escorted me out, and I sat out there for however long until everybody decided to come back out. My buddy Rich comes out. He's like, hey, man, you're pretty drunk. We should probably go home. Then those girls walk out. And I started talking to them again.
They whipped their dicks out.
No,
we saw you in there.
Yeah, they ended up being women.
Oscar, my.
Because I found that out later. I did confirm.
Those
that
are
they're
huge
women,
clitoris.
That's a huge bitch. So these girls came out, and I was just belligerent. It was wasted.
my God,
It was
that's
bad.
great.
It was bad, and so I had somehow convinced these girls that my buddy and I are totally cool, and they should take us back to their apartments with them. And so they do. And my buddy drives his car because he's somewhat sober.
Okay.
I ride in the back with these
Somewhat
two girls.
sober.
Oh my God.
Are
you somewhat sober?
Hey, you get in the sidecar.
Everybody's kissing everybody on the way to the apartment. And I'm just, I'm thinking, I have to sleep at some point, but I'm enjoying
Did
the
his
moment.
mustache tickle?
So we get. Well, this is a little bit more than I was expecting down here,
Oh,
but
man.
hey, whatever.
That's where you hide your bubble gum.
Yeah, and we get to the apartment, and we start listening to a bunch of CDs. They bring out a bunch of wine, which was a terrible idea because I kept drinking. And then the night just got worse because we went up to the top of the building where there was a spa. And this other girl that was there with the girl that was interested
already
in me.
ready to puke right now.
She was interested in me.
I know, I feel intoxicated listening to this.
She's hanging out with me, and then this other girl is hanging out with my buddy Rich. So they're off to the side talking, and I am trying to get this girl into the spa. I'm like, it'd be so nice. It's warm. It's not. The spa wasn't even on. It wasn't even fucking on.
It would be amazing.
I end up
Just selling snake oil right now.
I
Yeah.
end up jumping into the spa in my clothes. And the girl is just like, oh my God, this guy is, being so stupid. And I remember they walked me back down to their apartment, and I turned into this little baby. I got all my clothes stripped down. She put them all in her dryer, and meanwhile she's giving me beers, and I'm just trying to keep the party going.
Wow.
How's it going? Yeah, how's it going? And then my buddy Rich actually ends up hooking up with the one that was interested in me, and they kicked us out at 6:30 the next morning. And it was horrible.
It sounds like
And it
it.
was horrible. And then you know, the thing that really broke the camel's I don't even know how to put this, but on the way back in the morning, my buddy Rich was like, "Hey man, you know, I understand you had a lot to drink the night before, and you know it was kind of a crazy night for everyone, and okay, I get it, but." He said, "You know, do you remember when you finger banged your boss?" And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And I my boss being a woman, there were three people that I answered to, and there was the one guy who was gay. There was the other guy who was a man and married, and then there was the other lady there. Her name was Missy, and she was quite attractive. We had some kind of a sexual tension thing going on for a while. So I ended up, and
what part of the night was that? Because you skipped that part.
This was when we were dancing. But you know, it was unbeknownst to me until they told me about it. Because
shit,
I don't.
What were you just jamming it? Like, how did they know?
I don't. You know what? You know what? And
banging too? Did you get a running start? What the fuck did you do?
And that's why I did not remember a single moment of it. And then, I mean, she was very taken and was like, "Hey, why don't we hang out again sometime?" Because we worked together, but she was like, "I never knew you had that side to you." And I was like, "I don't even remember what you're talking about."
That finger side.
Yeah, but
you went all the way to the fucking elbow. That's great.
4 fingers. She was the 4-finger discount.
She was 45, so
yeah, you know.
But that was a.
I need to drink a 45 after that.
I think by far.
Wow.
In answer to the question, by far that is the craziest drunk night I have ever had.
I'm going to say right now, I'm not going to answer after that. I want that to be the king.
Yeah.
I don't want to answer.
Hey, remember when you finger banged your boss?
Yeah.
No,
do you remember?
I don't. Actually.
I do kind of.
Wait, let me smell my finger. Holy shit!
Oh my god, it smells like a paycheck.
And were you fired the very next week?
I was not. No, I actually got a promotion.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Oh yeah.
I became her
that's hilarious.
personal assistant and cabana boy.
Yeah, you became her personal finger banger.
Part of your uniform was a palm leaf.
No, I was
calling Michael's finger to the office.
Yeah,
please.
I was young though, man. You know, I think I was maybe 23. I was super young.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I was a young kid, but you know, just fun times and crazy, insane drunk. It's probably the most drunk I've ever been to. That was actually a pretty crazy night.
Well,
but
damn, that's an answer right there.
You held your own though, Mikey.
Damn, dude.
I tried.
Nice job, dude.
Thanks.
Very nice.
Thanks.
I have a ton of stories, but I just don't want to say them.
They
are really good. They're really good.
We've still got some time for some answers.
No, we'll share.
All right,
We'll
so
share
I
later.
guess-
Let's get more questions.
Yeah, I guess we already know Mike's answer to this next question.
Oh shit! Really?
It's okay.
Yeah. So he asked about fetishes.
Bosses.
He says,
boss bangs.
Yeah. Do any of you secretly have one? He says his is women's feet.
Oh,
Nothing
well.
creepy where I'm fucking them or busting loads on them. Okay,
Wow.
maybe once or twice.
Who is?
Yeah, backtracking son of a bitch.
Okay, maybe once or
Yeah,
twice.
tell me who this is from.
No, it's every time.
No, I'm just kidding.
Ryan.
Don't say.
Who is
Oh
this
shit.
from?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
All right. Damn. I didn't want you to say anything, but all right. No,
Ryan
that's fair.
Stout from Arizona.
Well,
All right.
I want to fuck them and buzz loads on them. No, not
I don't know.
You know,
He said only once or twice.
I
maybe.
get it. I get the hot foot thing. I can totally
You
relate to that.
were always okay.
I don't mind it.
Let me stop real quick. Hold on.
I've
Everyone-
always been a hot foot guy.
Everyone, quiet down, and I want to explain Mike. This is something that actually happened when we were much younger. So we're like, what, 24 years old, 23 when you shared this with
About
me.
10 or 11 years ago.
He's like, I love women's feet.
I do.
And I was like, oh. And then I realized it wasn't just like, it's like, I fucking love.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I love surfer girls. And I'm like, have you seen their feet? Oh my God.
He likes I like when they
tore up.
No, well,
I mean,
you know,
in theory, no.
It's a strong. It's not like ballerina's feet where there's
No,
just like
yeah,
insane
just-
bunions and
yeah.
all that. But you know, I mean, as a surfer myself, yeah, you have the possibility of getting cut up on your fins
Yeah.
and just all sorts of walking over rocks at low tide where there's certain bacteria and stuff, and then
So you want to
Yeah,
fuck their beat up
the
sandy
honest to God
feet?
truth is no.
no,
He likes
that goes completely against my fetish.
he likes feet. So I was like, okay, That's cool.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But you know what? I dug into this in my own psyche, and I was like, what do I like? And I was like, I like a cut back. I like when girls have a nice back or a nice stomach.
Sure, of course.
And then the classics, you know, a nice butt, a nice boobs,
TNA,
nice legs.
Yeah.
I'm very cut and dry when it comes to that stuff.
I think he was getting
don't
more
know if I have
like what are the more
Yeah, I don't think I have like a risque weird thing.
Like you know how some people are attracted to a woman who keeps a little bit of a bush.
Sure.
Because it's a sign
nice approach to that one, but I know what you're saying.
It's a sign of maturity. It's a sign of womanhood.
Some people
Right.
like girls that have a sign of a dick. You know, I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean,
WWA.
That was never proven in
Yes.
court, Joe.
it was.
But no, like the whole foot thing. Like, I
Right.
recently I went out on a date with this girl, and we were hanging out, and things were going well. So she decided to take me back to her place, and we were sitting there. She may listen to this at some point, or she may not.
Did we get
And-
another hoo?
God damn!
Is that your? Is that your?
blowing
Yeah,
in the
that's your
bottles?
phone, you son of a bitch.
Who's blowing in the bottles?
That's you, huh?
Yeah, that was me.
God damn it!
It was
You-
on silent too, but it's just we need some better padding on these.
yeah, that's
Studio
Fair enough.
solution.
tables
Okay,
here.
it's the vibration. Go on.
Anyway, I ended up she she had bare feet, and we were sitting outside in her little patio and drinking some beers, and
And
I just
pants.
I just could not get my
Did you-
hands off of her toes, and it wasn't like a weird thing like rubbing the fingers through all of them. It was just
you have a massive erection,
it was
Michael.
like getting-
yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was, it's something about a really
how were her
nice-
feet?
They were beautiful
That's
And-
so
and
they really
soft.
turn you on.
and soft. Yeah, but it wasn't, she's the same age as me. Actually, you're older.
Okay.
And it wasn't rough. There weren't any calluses. It was like a baby's foot almost. It was weird.
Baby's feet turn you on.
That made it.
No,
Yeah,
that's not what I'm
it's definitely
saying.
weird.
But it's just
gross.
but it's just like working every day, being on your feet, in and out of shoes,
Right.
walking around barefoot, things like that. It's like like I've
It's
got
just
calluses.
something
it's
that
like,
turns you on.
But she had, and she had just gotten a pedicure, so the paint was all
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
You're
I'm just
freaking me
saying,
out.
I'm
No,
just
no,
saying.
but this is something I'm used to with you. You're a fucking weirdo.
Yeah,
Anyways,
we've been
Mike
friends.
Turning up
McCarl.
Playboy Radio here.
No worries, man.
Playboy
That's
Radio.
not that bad. I mean, it's like, it's not like you're into chocolate starfish or whatever. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's been like, oh man, I can't wait to lick that girl's
Do you
ass.
guys have something crazy?
Yeah, I don't know about you. Paul.
I think the only thing I could really come up with was the teacher thing.
You're hot for no,
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's role playing.
I identify
That's
with
fun.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
That's
but-
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
don't-
I see
don't-
that.
I guess I don't have anything directly related to the actual sex act or anything like that.
Well, no,
That's
it's
like-
not even a sex act. It's
Scenario.
just a certain part of the anatomy that normally would be overlooked. Like, I've got an elbow fetish
Right.
or something.
Yeah,
like
no,
Give me your
I-
weenus. That's what it's called.
Well, I
It really is.
I'm trying
that. Like
to think.
earlobes or the nape of the neck, the small of the back, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I like
hard for me
your
to
armpits.
realize. Yeah,
I kind of have a mouth thing.
mouth thing. What's that? What do you mean?
Lips on penis. Yeah.
Oh man,
That's a pretty good fetish.
It's funny. I was gonna say that, but I didn't because I was like, Mike might be going somewhere else.
I'm crazy for the SD. Whatever.
Yeah. No, but you know what I have had, I've requested before is, put on some high heels.
Okay.
So I don't necessarily have a foot thing.
During?
Yeah.
like
Okay.
those.
Yeah, like,
sexy.
you're holding,
Those-
you're holding
those-
ankles.
those can
and
stay.
you got heels in your face. You're holding ankles.
Right.
And, you're.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
classy.
You're shoe shopping.
I'm, yeah. I'm and I enjoyed it, actually.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's funny because I know what you're saying.
Good job on the open
Okay,
toe, man.
one other thing that I definitely enjoy
Mm-hmm.
is undressing a woman.
Well, of course.
Yeah, that's
Well,
fun.
I mean, yeah, of course,
But,
but
no,
like,
you take
okay,
your time though.
well, yeah,
make
but
it romantic.
having been married for
Make it special, Michael.
how many?
I've
It's gonna be
kicked
8 years
I've
or
kicked
something?
clothes off.
Just like, I
I've
would
done
always
one kick to
prefer-
get all the clothes off.
I
would always
just
pre-
bring scissors out. I'm like, this is.
I would always
bullshit.
prefer to do the undressing rather than somebody just
Yeah.
yank off clothes.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
would
that's not
rather.
that's not romantic because you undress yourself every other day of your life, right? So
Yeah, no,
when you're
exactly.
about ready to get
So,
in bed
yeah.
with someone, it's like you want them. To
I
take
would.
your-
Well, no, but okay, but I
You
would
wanna
prefer to
take their
take her.
clothes off.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I would definitely prefer to remove her clothing.
Especially after an earthquake.
Just show you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, that was Was there
Well,
any- yeah.
that's a tough question. I think when people get bored, they get into that stuff. You know, they think about the alternative. What will turn you on?
I never been with any dirty girls. I
Cannot agree with that.
yeah.
Are you talking about filthy, or are you talking about holy
you can
shit?
agree that
Your
he
brain
has,
is a
like,
dark
just-
alley.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what though? To kind of finish off this podcast, we have a few more questions we'll actually do later. We don't have time, but I do want to ask people. So many podcasts have a sign off. So the Nerdists say, "Enjoy your burrito."
Enjoy your burrito.
Enjoy your burrito. There's tons of others, but I'm asking my listeners, our listeners,
Our
excuse me.
listeners, thank you.
I'm very self-centered right now, and
Fucking rich.
It's I'm something to work on. Something I'm working on. I have a caravan with a moonroof. So I'm asking you guys to send us your best sign-offs. I want to hear a sign-off, and I really want something positive, fun, interesting. We're all about really being, I don't know, half full.
Funny. Yeah,
Half full.
Half empty.
No,
No, half full.
the
All right.
opposite of what you just said.
Okay. All right,
I really want you guys to think about what the best thing we could say when we're out of here.
We are not so positive that we're half full.
No,
people.
we're
we are a
very-
mixed fucking
Wow,
bag.
you know what? No, don't mix up our honesty with being half full. We are very honest. I will tell you my honesty, but that doesn't mean I am a negative person.
Oh no, it's
I
Same
agree
with
that.
you.
I agree with that.
Same with you. I love our honesty.
Okay, so at this point, we're reaching out to our listeners for a sign off. But what are we going to do for this one? Now, keep in mind, guys, this is the conclusion of episode 15. We've been
Right.
doing this for 3 months now.
I know.
3 months,
I'm really proud of you guys.
and
You've been doing a great
we've
job.
brought it a long way. I mean,
So
15.
can
no 4 months. Is
I'm
it
gonna-
4 months?
15
Yeah,
episodes.
just about 4.
Well, 15.
Yeah,
well,
it's almost
yeah,
4.
over. Yeah,
so
shit.
I'm going to tell you.
6 times
I'm
8
gonna
is
tell you mine.
48. So yeah, math checks out.
Boop, 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 boop. My TA85 says yes. So here's mine.
Quaaludes, yes.
Show off your Condo Grayskills. Enjoy a chat.
There you go.
What about you guys? Do you have anything?
Well, I've been using Talk At You next week.
Nice. I like that.
Okay.
If anyone's familiar with the vidcasts, I have become quite partial to many kisses and hearty handshakes.
I like that.
The Condo Grayskull
And get some cardio in.
team
It
Condo
sounded
Grayskull
like
and
that's
some
what
cardio.
the next part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, just
Show off your cardio
appreciate your-
face.
Yeah. Kisses.
Colin, do you have a sign off maybe?
Bye.
Classic move.
Bisexual.
Anyways, yeah. Bisensual. Send us some ideas. I'd like something very positive, but you know what? Thank you for listening.
We would definitely like something very positive.
Episode 15, guys.
Talk At You next
In
week.
the can.
Yeah.
Ciao,
Show off your Condo Grayskills.
But Talk At You next week.
But of course, enjoy a chat.
Something just skimmed my fucking head.